Jojo,
You're...
how you end up on... Now, listen, look, me and Jojo, we've been knowing each other for some years.
Facts.
No, long time. That's little sis, you feel me? But...
Oh, yeah, you got to clear that up.
No, you gotta clear that up for sure.
No, because the nigga just called. You told me your fault, but the nigga don't fuck.
He gonna call back in like 5 minutes.
Me and Jojo been knowing each other for some years. So you and the nigga laughing in my face. Nigga be bro. I'm telling you how niggas do when they watch little shit like that.
No,
so I just don't want y'all to be in the predicament.
What's your ass?
Oh, man. You be on the radio, Jojo. You be doing your thing.
Thank
How you get into that industry? Because I never, other than like DJs, you know, like some old DJs, they end up getting on the radio, Ricky Smile and shit like that. But like, how you end up being the voice of the city?
Shit. Honestly, it kind of just happened for real. I was doing like a trade school. So once I graduated, I did a trade school to like figure out what I wanted to do. So I did shit like graphic designing, videography, photography. I was flying drones and shit. I was just trying to see art. And then I fell in love with like making commercials. I fell in love with my voice.
What you mean? Like basically like recording commercial or being in the commercial?
Yeah, so like I hit audition and I'll like just start talking and I'll create a script and I'll like create a commercial and then I'll add a spot, an ad. Yeah. And then add sound effects to it and shit. And I fell in love with that. Okay. So I was doing that a lot. So I was around the people in like the radio broadcast area like more. So then they had like this open house where like different people came for interviews and stuff, or was doing interviews. And one of them was like the local radio station in Chicago at the time, 92.3. And shit, I interviewed with them a couple of times and they offered me a job. Now my internship was like at the sports. I did like the sports radio for my school. And then I did sports radio intern for like the city. It was called Chicagoland Sports Radio. So I did like the updates.
Okay. What's going on in the traffic news?
Nah, the updates in games. Like.
Okay.
So then I started doing that. So then when they came, shit, I did like 3 interviews with them, and then they hired me on like street team. So then I'm like, shit, yeah, I'm finna do radio. But like people don't be understanding, like when you get into radio, that's a long ass fucking journey, bro. Cause like you gotta understand
from the bottom type shit. Like
when you get in, you gotta understand you got motherfuckers in there like Angie Martinez who like she in her spot. Yeah. Then you got Angela Yee, she in her spot. Like there's these they there. It's like, well, how the hell you gonna get they spot? Because you can't get they spot unless they leave.
Yeah.
So not just saying them specifically, but just in general, radio personalities in general. Yeah. So like shit, I started off doing like street teams. So I was following the personalities everywhere, like setting up tents. Like, and we was in the hood. We was in Chicago. We was on the south side at the liquor store. Like, I'm outside with the YNs. We outside.
Okay.
Like that's my niggas was lit. But so basically doing that, promoting the station and shit. And then I started doing admin work. Then they needed somebody for the front desk. I started doing that. And then I started doing like something called air checks, which is like once you decide you want to do radio, you start getting your voice ready for radio. And that shit is, motherfuckers be trying to make it so hard.
How do you get your voice ready?
You don't.
That's what I think, but I feel like you just kind of just gotta have it.
No, it ain't even that. It's like, nigga, just talk. You know what I'm saying? No, but you can, because you're doing it now. We all talking.
Yeah,
that's the misconception.
I don't feel like everybody can just do that.
Thank you. Misconception. I was going to say misconstrued, but relax.
Yeah, I saw you.
That was the misconception of...
Got you.
Broken play.
Radio, you think you got to make your voice radio-like, and then that was my problem at first. Like, they kept telling me the person that I would sit with.
What was your fake-ass radio voice sound like? Yeah, so let me hear it.
What's up, guys? It's Jojo Alonso.
Hey, that sounds like a serious radio.
Make sure you tune in to Power 92.3 every weekend from like that. And they kept saying like, bro, stop. You trying to sound like you're on radio, just be you. Just be you. Just be you. It took me a long time to figure that out. But once I started figuring that shit out, I was also doing like board operating. So I was producing live shows. And that was my favorite thing to fucking do. So I'm talking about there was like people across from me. Like, and it was a live radio show. So radio is live. Like anything that they say, whatever, you don't catch nothing, everybody gonna hear it type shit.
Darn.
So like I was in charge of like being responsible for their audio, answer calls, put calls through so they can hear it, sound effects, giveaways, music with a CD, not even like on the board. I fell in love with that shit. So I did that. And I had to do that for 6 months I had to train for it because I couldn't be a radio personality without that. But I was gonna do that anyway. So once I did that, nigga, right when I finished training, one of the girls that was on air just quit randomly.
Well, I'm up. Next man up.
Right. Blessing.
Yeah, so my boss was like, you ready? You must be God's favorite. I'm like, yeah, for sure. Why?
He loved me too.
Oh, you didn't hear the news? No. What was? Oh, shorty left. I said, oh, what you saying? He's like, yeah, I'm saying what you know I'm saying. I'm like, bet. And that's what started it off. And then I ended up moving from Chicago to Atlanta.
Now, did you move for work? Or that's a personal shit?
No, so I moved because I knew there was nowhere to grow where I was at. Because I was only on the weekends.
And
they had this girl. So the girl whose job I wanted, or the job I wanted, it was no way she was so good. She got a whole like Mayha. I love her to death.
She wasn't going nowhere.
And she's still there.
Right. She got her foot in the
Yeah, she's still there. And that's my girl. I love her to death. But I realized that and I'm like, yeah, I got to get the fuck on.
Okay, you going like what's made you go all the way to Atlanta? You could have went back to St. Louis.
Yeah. So shit, being real, when I was in St. Louis, like some nigga at the radio station, he actually got fired for sexual harassment. He was doing too much when I was interning.
Well, damn.
That's what you deserve. For so long, St. Louis. That's what you deserve.
So then I was like, okay, so I'm not even
fucking with that.
Yeah, so I didn't want to go there for sure. And then the niggas locked up now. Like, who gives a fuck? And then Atlanta, like I went to school at Jacksonville State, which is like an hour and a half from Atlanta. I had a couple of my friends that lived in Atlanta, so I knew that Atlanta was definitely a place that could help you with your career, and it was hella Black people. So I'm like, shit. And it was a lot of Black, still is, Black entrepreneurs, business owners. And every time I came, it was always somebody that was willing to connect with me. They wanted to connect. Every time they see me, like I'm doing something, whatever, they want to connect. Oh, this is what I'm doing. I got this going on. So I'm like, bet, like, if y'all out here doing this, I can do the same exact thing for what the fuck I'm trying to do. And that's what I decided to do. But I didn't do radio. I didn't do radio when I first moved to Atlanta. I was actually... You was doing
the women's team, like the street team type shit.
When I moved to Atlanta?
Yeah. You were doing like, it was videos and shit.
So I was doing podcasting.
Yeah, you were doing
But that's not where I started. Like I had came and then I started doing bottle service. And then I was flying back every week to Chicago to do my radio show, even though I lived in Atlanta. Every week I flew back.
No, she was hustling.
Every week I flew back because I still wanted to do radio. And I was only doing, and I had a 3-year-old daughter that was with me. And I only had, I was making my money from doing bottle service. So I'm like, shit. Until I can find my career. Until I can find my career, like what I'm trying to do, I'm going to just do that. So I did that. And then I found like an entryway to doing podcasts, do media.
And that was the same like avenue as far as doing like sports and all that stuff.
It was really just it was entertainment, very vulgar, very.
One of them type of podcasts.
Yeah. And shit went crazy, and then the podcast ended up getting picked up on radio. So then that's how I ended up doing radio in Atlanta.
That's shit I be hating, bro. Tangler, that's shit I be hating.
No,
see how she just described it. It's very vulgar, podcast. Then get picked up by... Now, I'm not saying I want to be on fucking radio.
I'm going to tell you why it got picked up, though. It got picked up because it wasn't a podcast that got picked up. What got picked up was a radio personality who was me that got picked up. And we had something together. He had a plug, I had a plug. We have a connection.
Y'all was just trying to put y'all sources together type thing?
No, it just was like who was trying to hire me and who was trying to put him in a position. We both it both made sense for the both of us. It was like, okay, so basically DJ Scream stepped down from his position. Mm-hmm. His homeboy, he was like, yo, you've been wanting to get on radio, whatever. It's your time now. I'm a talk to my boss, let him know what's going on, put you on, boom. The nigga, he said, the boss, he is the program director for the station in Indianapolis. So he knew who I was when he moved to Atlanta. So he already knew who I was. So he was like, and when I moved to Atlanta, I met him again, like, hey, I'm in Atlanta, I'm looking for work, like, anytime. And this was during the pandemic, so they weren't hiring. So he like, if anything come up, I'm gonna let you know. And then when it came up, it just made sense because Screen told him, like, hey, I got a homeboy I want to put on. And then he was like, I also know Jojo. And then they was like, well, damn, they do the podcast together, right?
Yeah.
Oh, bam, let's do that.
Yeah.
So then that's how it ended up happening. And so it wasn't vulgar. Our show wasn't at all. The podcast was or whatever. Yeah, but but we had chemistry. Mm-hmm. So it just went together.
For sure. Dang, he said Scream. That made me think about Scream. Who said it? Scream. Drop that shit. Dolph, nigga. Come on, Memphis. Take your Memphis card, nigga. Scream. Drop that shit. No.
DJ Scream.
That's been my nigga since 6th, 7th grade.
Oh, no. I already know. Y'all boys.
That's been my dog for a long time.